Cloud9. First book I've read with my eyes in I don't know how many years.
Incoming transmission from an unknown source. It seems to be urgent. Patching them through. They're calling themselves the HoloNet Marauders.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the HoloNet Marauders podcast. My name's AJ, and I'm joined here by my Bombad Jedi pals, Jamie and Matt. It feels like it's been like a bit since it's just been the three of us.
Yeah,
doing our
that's
thing
true.
here.
Yeah.
How many episodes was Andor? 12?
12, but 3 came out at once, so that was
10 episodes.
10 episodes.
11, 9, math. I don't
12.
know. You don't ask me for math. I don't know math. I'm saying 9. I'm sticking with 9. We didn't do any podcasts while we were doing Andor. I guess not.
We did Spooky Time.
Oh yeah, Spooky Time,
which everyone loved, right?
Very popular Spooky Time.
It was great.
Oh, God.
It was fantastic.
It was fun on our end, at least.
So that was the last time. That was in October.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Halloween.
So we went from spooky season to cold season. Is that
Spooky in a different way for some.
Yeah, spooky in a different way, exactly.
But today we have a great episode. We have the Maraudys, the first ever Maraudys. Which is our year-end awards for Star Wars stuff, for Star Wars content.
The coveted Maraudys. Everybody's you're striving for one, you're trying to get one. First ever. So everybody was working towards something they didn't even know they wanted, but now is a big deal.
Lucasfilm, if you're listening,
and I know you are.
And we know you are. These are all of our favorite
These
things from Star Wars this year.
And you better be working to impress us for next year, because I don't give these out lightly.
You can only pick one. So yeah, we each have a favorite, and so it's gonna be not like we all picked one and agreed, although it might end up being that way for some of the things.
Yeah, so we had a lot of trophies made up, just in case. Mm-hmm. We'll be sending them to you in the mail.
1 second. I forgot to upload an image that I'm just now doing.
AJ, do you want me to share how my votes were tabulated then?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So I just got word from the accountants. My votes are in now. These are just my votes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't look at the password. It's not like it's the generic one that everyone has. But my votes are in.
Oh, you have them in the Camtono with the
You made little envelopes for them and everything.
That's why we took so long to get ready. Jamie was printing these out.
Crap! I just wrote them on my phone.
Me too. I thought Jamie was working on the
unbelievable
the prisoner outfit from Andor in the other room on our cricket machine, but nope, she was.
Nope, I was working on a bunch of these.
Working on the show.
Maraudys. And then I had an absolute disaster on like half of them, and so this one's like really like all chewed up. But it's okay.
That's okay. The dog got that one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. The mastiff or massive.
The massives.
The massive. My book.
But yeah.
Speaking of.
The accountants dropped that off, so now you know.
Speaking of the massive, if you follow our Patreon, if you subscribe to our Patreon, you would know about that little video Matt made with us about his little book. But, you know, if you're a listener of the show, and as you guys know, patrons sometimes send in ads for us to read. And, you know, little in-universe Star Wars ad. So this one's from Ryan, our good friend Ryan, who we always mention on the show. God.
Ryan, who made Power Trip. It's on our YouTube channel. Check it out. It's one of our best videos.
So this ad this week is for Dexter Jetster meal kits. You double up the box, keep the grease in, handcrafted by machines, freshest genetically enlarged vegetables grown on small family cloning labs. 4 thumbs up, old buddy.
That's so good.
Double box them to keep the grease in.
I love it.
I feel like you get like a you can sign up for a subscription to that and like get it once a month. Comes with an apron if you're there for like 4 months, a greasy apron.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, you'll find a little mustache hair.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know who prepared this box.
So that's from Ryan. If you'd like to send us an ad like that, And if you're already a patron, you can do that. And if you want to be a patron, go check out our Patreon. And yeah,
if you want to send us an ad and you're not a patron, become a patron. Then you can send us ads.
Yep. And if you just send us one anyways, we'll laugh at it, and who knows, maybe we'll still do it anyways. But no.
And you'll get to see my awesome book that I made when I was 6 years old.
Yes.
Yeah. We've been loading that.
Absolute awesome art in that. Just yeah.
We've been having fun loading up that Patreon with a lot of fun stuff for people, and we're gonna keep doing that. And we've also been beefing up our YouTube page. Come out with a couple lore videos. One about Hell on Coruscant, essentially.
Hell on Coruscant, sure. We'll sell it like that. We'll slap that tagline on that.
There was
that poster.
An important one for us about Kix, Clone Trooper Kix, and his journey into the sequel trilogy.
Yep.
So yeah, check out those videos. And I did a top 5 video. That's low hanging fruit, but it's fun.
Yeah,
I'll be doing more of those. But yeah, today we're here to discuss the Maraudys.
Oh my god, that's fantastic.
So this art, if you're watching this, if you're listening, you have no idea, but I just put up the trophy of the Maraudy. It's essentially an Oscar with Sidon Ithano's head on it.
Just picture Sidon Ithano buck naked.
Exactly.
And which again is what everybody wants. So you really want these trophies.
This was drawn up for us by our artist friend Bree, Cosmic Cable on Instagram, I believe is her thing. Or Captain Adorable also on Instagram.
Yep.
So,
all of Bree's art is through Cosmic Cable, though. She does a lot of Star Wars, a lot of Our Flag Means Death, a lot of Star Trek. Can't recommend her art enough. It's really, really good. But thank you for the Maraudys logo. That's so cute.
I know, it's so good.
The first time I saw
we should make it into a sticker or something. I don't know.
Approved.
Make it into art to put on the wall.
I knew that a logo was on its way, and I wanted to put it on my envelopes, but we would have been here another 10 years. So.
Can't win them all.
Nope.
We're already here 10 years. But without any further delay, let's get on to the awards that everyone's waiting for. So we're going to start with our favorite trailer from the year.
All right.
So starting with trailer?
Yeah, we're starting with trailer. We're going to start with trailer and make our way up to the bigger ones. The final one will probably be favorite show. Best actor, best actress, so on.
What about best movie? I'm kidding.
Right. Movies. What are those? We'll see you in 3 years for that one, guys. Oh, that's kind of sad. We'll have 3 Maraudys maybe before the next movie.
That is just
sorry maybe to bring the mood down.
Sad.
Let's get on to trailer.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go first. I'm starting.
Right, you go first. Okay.
Yeah. Although Jamie can go last because she has her envelope. We'll build the suspense.
The suspense.
Yeah. So my favorite trailer of the year, and this is Star Wars awards, right? But
yes,
I went with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I think that's allowed. It's a Lucasfilm project. It's allowed.
Indiana Jones is inextricably tied to Star Wars. Well, we'll let you have it.
It was between that and maybe one you guys are going to choose, but that was the one trailer that got me excited, and it's for a movie. Which I'm waiting for movies.
For a movie,
it was very reminiscent of the Force Awakens trailer. You know, it has Harrison Ford in it for that one matter, and old Harrison Ford, and it's very just like it's a return to something that we haven't seen in a while. So very nostalgic.
I got like actual chills watching the Indiana Jones trailer again.
Oh, same.
Like,
you know what?
I lost it.
It wasn't the nostalgia seeing Harrison Ford. It was seeing Sala. We haven't seen Sala in ages.
Sala wearing his
oh my god,
his nice 60s clothes, and still he just looked so good.
Oh yeah.
John Rhys Davies has to be like in his 80s or 90s. I mean, he was older than Harrison Ford when they filmed Indiana Jones, I think.
And he looks better than Harrison Ford now in this movie.
Yeah, arguably. Yeah.
Love him.
I mean, think of Sala. So how old was Indy in the first movie in the 30s? He was in his 30s. He was born in 1899. Sala was already way older than Indy.
Yeah.
So how old is Sala in this movie? Sala's got to be in his 80s or 90s too. He's got to be ancient.
He's the Dial of Destiny himself.
Indy's going to be 70 years old in this movie because it takes place in 69. He was born in 1899. And Sala was probably at least 10 to 15 years older than Indy at that point.
At least.
Yeah, at least 10 years, I'd say.
So he's like 80, 85? No way. I should know.
Talk about that. We'll talk about that in our Indy special.
I should know Sala's age off the top of my head, but I don't.
Matt, what is your trailer of the year?
So maybe it's recency bias, or I don't know, but I went with Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, that would be my second choice.
Jedi Survivor trailer, because we got
if
two.
I didn't cheat and go non-Star Wars, that would have been mine. So
really, I should pick the first one because that was legendary. Never forget sitting in the hotel room, eating dry Cheerios, staring at the hotel TV, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, boop, just the trailer pops up. Me and AJ looking at each other, just so confused. This is like right in the middle of Star Wars Celebration. We're like, "What is this? What's going on?" And then all of a sudden,
yeah,
Cal. But no, I'm picking the newest one because, holy crap, a lot to be excited about in this trailer. Including the dude who might be a High Republic Jedi, which I am like, really, really praying for. I don't know.
So is the only reasoning why people think he's a High Republic Jedi because of the gold on his robe, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the gold on his robe is like super shiny too, which they don't have in the High Republic. It's like shiny. Actually like gold.
It's like gold foil.
Yeah, which is like weird.
Do you think? I feel like that guy's gonna be a bad guy.
He is a bad guy. He's probably like one of the main bad guys. Him and the senator. Yeah.
We don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
Why is Cal taking him out?
We don't know. Is he taking him out?
Man Ray.
What are you asking me for? Man Ray.
It is like Man Ray.
It is. It's exactly like Man
Cal,
Ray.
is this your wallet? Cal, is this your lightsaber?
My wallet.
All right, Jamie. Favorite trailer.
Favorite trailer for me. The Bad Batch Season 2 celebration trailer.
Oh my god, and you wrote them in fancy cursive script. Oh my god.
This silly cricket. But yeah, the Bad Batch Season 2 celebration trailer. I mean, you have plenty of time to make that joke tonight. But no, this one was so special because obviously I was clamoring for like a year to go to the panel, and then we actually got to see the trailer at the panel. And this panel, the back half of it, had this sick beat that I will never be able to get out of my head. It ended with the boom boom boom
in the trailer.
Yes.
What?
Where the hell have you guys been?
Anyway, is it in the trailer? Like if I go on YouTube?
Yeah, if you look up Bad Batch Season 2 celebration trailer, it was in that one. It was in the one that they ended up releasing to the public, like as well. Like we saw it first, and then they released it. But the most recent one, there wasn't any of the sick beats in it, and I was like, oh man. But I am super excited about it. Anyway, Bad Batch Season 2 celebration trailer.
The dump truck driver's back. The Aqualish dump truck driver with his sick beats.
With the sick beats.
The sickest in the galaxy. R.I.P.
So those were our trailer Maraudys right there.
All right, come on down.
Indiana Jones 5, Bad Batch, and Jedi Survivor. Get those. Those were all the right choices.
Yeah. Well, I figured I couldn't think of too many other trailers that came out this year.
Matt,
and I figured I wasn't going to go with Bad Batch.
I'm surprised you didn't choose the
Andor trailer was also really good. The initial one. That one was also
the
really
Mando
good.
Trailer we saw at Celebration, or the Ahsoka footage we saw. Was that technically a trailer?
I wouldn't count that as a trailer.
No.
They didn't.
Teaser. It was kind of a teaser.
Fair enough. I would have counted those, but Jedi Survivor is on my mind lately. So
that's good. It's a good thing. It's coming up. Not soon enough though. So our next one is favorite game. Why don't we just all say what our favorite Star Wars game of the year was?
Was very confused about this because like no Star Wars games came out this year, so I went.
Well, it's a category. You can't.
I picked one we played this year, but not one that came out.
Oh, so you didn't pick?
Oh, so Matt picked a different one.
Yeah,
Matt, what did you pick?
What the hell did you guys pick? I picked Obi-Wan Kenobi. The legendary Obi-Wan Kenobi that we played the hell out of in like March.
It was supposed to be a game that was released this year.
But there were no Star Wars games released this year.
We'll alter the rules here. So games that
there was
we
a game
played
that was released
for the first time-ish this year, like full all the way / things that were new this year is what the category is.
Lego Skywalker Saga.
Oh my god. I cannot believe I forgot Lego Star Wars.
The only one.
Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Yeah, it came out in April?
No, yeah.
Yeah, and they just finally finished releasing all the DLCs for in the character packs in the Cobb Vanth character pack. So I mean, he's just there.
Can I change my vote?
Sure.
All right, Lego Skywalker Saga. Woo!
Hey!
And that one is going to be made out of Lego. Okay.
Yes. All right, AJ, what's the next category?
Oh, wow. So the next one is an interesting one. Favorite.
And by interesting, you mean probably not.
No, it is, because this one could go different ways. Favorite comic
I guess.
of 2022?
Sure.
Okay.
Jamie, how about you go first?
Rustling around. Comic envelope. Sorry, I ripped it. For me, I picked the Crimson Reign series.
That's very good.
No specific one, but the whole continuation of like War of the Banner Hunters and the first like deep dive into what is Kira doing. Yeah, Crimson Reign.
Yeah, I also picked Crimson Reign. Specifically, was it issue 2 or issue 3? The one where the Knights of Ren break into Vader's castle and fight Darth Vader.
Oh, I love that one.
That was.
I mean that
might have been
like
the
a
issue
highlight of
the
the
right?
comics. Yeah, I mean I can't think of a comic that topped that one this year. Especially Ren himself leaping out of a window saying "Later, Vader." Just
Yes.
Just unbelievable. Just top notch. Just everything top notch there.
I'm sticking with the Kira theme, but I'm going Hidden Empire. It's not over yet. I think it's gonna be another 5-parter, right?
Yeah.
But 1 and 2 are out, and they both blew my socks off. 1 is back there on my shelf, and then
yes.
2's right here. But if you guys haven't read those, they're unbelievable. I know Jamie has.
Yep.
So there's our Maraudy for best comic. Congrats to the winners. Yep. Charles Soule, both writer of both of those.
Yep.
Charles Soule, come on up and get your award.
Who we met at Fan Expo Boston, and I gave him. I don't know if I ever told this on the mic on the podcast, but
told it on the mic. Tell it
on the mic. I gave him a picture that I made. I didn't make it, but I photoshopped
it
with crayon.
Ochi of Bassoon over Boston, and it said Ochi of Boston.
Oh, brilliant!
And I hope he has it framed like somher. I think he does. Above his bed or something.
I think one day when we get him on the show and we interview him, it's going to be right there in the background, blown up, 1,000 scale, just like
you never know.
Like he was a little too stunned to speak.
Yeah, you know what?
I would have been.
I don't blame him.
So, next category is favorite book. Do we probably all have the same answer for this too?
Probably all have the same answer.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Shadow of the Sith.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Here it is.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, the video game.
The video game.
The video game.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's Shadow of the Sith. Woo! Adam Christopher, come on
Congrats,
up and get
Adam.
your award. Friend of the show.
I love Adam. I'm glad we had him on. We got to get him on again.
Signer of my poster.
Hey, that was the Cheerios day.
Yes, it was the Cheerios day. Everything's timed back to the Cheerios day. What a highlight for Star Wars that day was.
Yeah, but really, Shadow of the Sith was the book of the year for us for Star Wars books because of the whole tying Luke's story further into the sequels and hearing about Rey and Ochi and everything. And it was a really good read, and I loved every second of it.
Cloud9, first book I've read with my eyes in I don't know how many years.
You read it in like 2 days. I was blown away.
Dude, I've never read a book that fast
on your phone too.
Thing. Yeah, it was on an iPad, so it's a little bigger. But I just blew through that. I just could not put it down. I've never done that before, and I read all my books when I'm driving, which is not safe. No, I'm kidding. I do
audiobooks too.
But this one I couldn't. I had physically with my eyes read the book. It was crazy. It was really good.
I was proud of you.
Thank you.
I have to sneeze. No, no.
All right.
Woo! I put down the time for that.
Yay! AJ didn't sneeze.
I'll leave that one in.
But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of High Republic stuff this year that came out, but Shadow of the Sith takes the cake there, I think, this year.
Yeah.
When
did Rising Storm come out this year?
You mean
Fallen Star came out the very beginning of this year.
Okay, so Fallen Star was January.
And then it was like the younger kids, and then Midnight Horizon, and then just comics. And then we recently started getting Phase 2.
Shadow of the Sith, then Princess and the
Shadow of the Sith, Prince and the Scoundrel.
Padawan was in there somewhere.
Brotherhood.
Padawan was there. Brotherhood. Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff.
Didn't read any of those, but except for Shadow of the Sith.
Yeah, I read a couple of them, but yeah.
I feel like it was the first year in a couple of years that it wasn't all High Republic books.
Yeah. It was a lot of
other eras.
Yeah. I've been tied to the High Republic,
We haven't
for a
gotten
long
anything in
time.
that Shadow of Sith era. I'm calling it the Shadow of the Sith era.
You mean
Post Return
New
of the
Republic
Jedi
era?
Yeah, New Republic era.
Yeah.
In
We
a
haven't gotten
while,
anything
so
in there for a long time, so it was really nice.
refreshing.
You know what I've done a lot recently? I've like randomly gone back to the Aftermath books just to read the Cobb Vanth interludes though. And there's
Yes.
only like one per book. So I literally read like 5 pages and then I'm like, close the book.
Look,
the next book. Read the next
I got it.
There you
I gotta
go.
come over because you have to hear Mark Thompson's reading of Cobb
I
Vanth.
don't want to listen to the audio
He played
books. I will listen.
He played
I
it
will
for me,
read
and
the
I
book.
don't. Cobb Vanth has a voice already, and
It's so
Timothy
funny.
Oliphant.
It's
And it's
he's
Timothy
Clint
Oliphant.
Eastwood. He sounds great.
Jamie doesn't like the voices, Matt.
The audiobooks, like I can't get into it. Simple as that. But anyway, whenever
Unless
I'm like
it's
down, I read the
French
Aftermath, like Cobb
Beaumontkin.
Vanth
French Beaumont kid.
See, that was a
Or
moment
German
in Shadow
Lord
of the Ship
Santeca.
that didn't make any
Shadow of the Ship.
sense.
No,
Anyway,
it didn't make any sense. Which is actually why I'm really glad I read the book first with my eyes.
What does
before I read it with my
Beaumontkin
ears.
use to excavate Sith artifacts?
A Jacques hammer.
A Jacques hammer.
Whoa.
all right, move on.
So now we're gonna get into. We've done books, comics, games. What else did we do? Trailer.
Yep.
Now we're gonna get into stuff with the shows,
Yes.
which is the bulk of this year. So, favorite soundtrack, and I'm interested. You guys might have the same one, but I don't think I do. As you, I had the Book of Boba Fett because I think that had the best. As much as I loved Andor, that theme song for Book of Boba Fett and just all the music in that was so good.
I mean, the way
theme
we
song
sang
alone.
it was the best, though.
True.
We added so much breath and life to that soundtrack. But no,
Well, yeah,
I agree. That soundtrack is insanely good. I listen to the Luke's Temple song all the time. So I don't agree. I put Andor for mine.
yeah.
Because Andor is just super stylized and really cool. Very 70s synth. It has like a certain vibe to it that I just can't.
It's very, very unique to Star Wars.
Yeah. Cool.
Andor, Nicholas Bertel.
Yay.
Because I agree 100% that Andor was the best for music this year because like it was so different than normal Star Wars music, but it made so much sense.
Yeah, it fit perfectly.
It fits right in my personal narrative of synthwave belongs in Star Wars, and it just this happening just blew my mind. Like my socks were blown off immediately for Andor, like in the opening scenes, because like it's pretty much Blade Runner, and I'm like, oh my god.
The title of episode 1 song is just
yeah.
And if you put all of the title songs together, they make a song, which is just
you can find that out there. Someone layered all of them together, and like they all work together.
Yeah,
and it's like
they're
that's
all like
one
nuts. Piece of like a larger thing. It's so good.
All the way to the end with like the band music.
Yeah,
not the opening theme part, but like the actual song the band plays.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I probably would have chosen Andor, but I knew you guys would. But I
think it's fair you chose Book of Boba Fett though.
Best theme of the year had to be like Book of Boba theme. Like that theme was awesome. So like, piratey.
I might
and, like,
say Obi-Wan Kenobi. I like the Obi-Wan
I like
Kenobi
that
theme. John
Williams.
Williams.
I like that theme too. Yeah,
can't go wrong.
I can't remember it.
Oh,
and I remember like all music, and I can't remember.
You remember all music? Holy crap!
She does. She never forgets anything.
Full transparency. Coming up with like my answers for this like episode today. I completely forgot Kenobi happened this year. I do have a Kenobi answer, but I completely forgot it happened, and I feel so bad about it. Anyway, Book of Boba Fett.
We're speechless over here. No,
the score was really good. Like we had like a lot of like moments as well, like making the intro with all new nerds. Like that was a lot of fun this year. And we should make another song again sometime because that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Hearing the Book of Boba Fett theme song like for hours on end at Boston Fan Expo this year, like that was something that I'm never gonna forget. But it was really good. It was a lot of fun. It was an iconic moment.
Yeah, I don't know. And then Tales of the Jedi had some good music too, but nothing compared to Andor or Book of Boba Fett. But the Kenobi theme, I used it for one of our like little montage videos after Celebration. I remember, but yeah. There was Andor and Book of Boba. There we go.
Yep.
So on to Best Glup Shido, which
Best
apparently
Glup
I did not fill
Shido.
out yet. So you guys go first.
Woo!
Let me shuffle. Let me shuffle. Let me shuffle. Okay. Matt, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. My best Glup Shido of the year has to be my boy Freck. 1000%.
Yes.
I thought you were gonna
Love-
go double Glup Shido and go even deeper. Your Halloween
Ooh.
costume.
Is he a Glup Shido though? I count
Of
Glup Shidos
course.
as aliens.
That guy doesn't have a
Goggles
name.
Oh
McGee
no,
is-
a Glup Shido doesn't have to be an alien.
Yeah, Glup Shido has to be an alien.
I don't think so.
I
but
feel like
Goggles
that-
McGee is just Goggles McGee. He's a dude with some funky glasses.
he's a Glup Shido.
I feel like a Glup Shido should also they should have a name as well. If they're unnamed, maybe not. But
All right, that's fair.
Okay.
Unless,
Goggles
like-
We have the
McGee.
criteria down, I guess.
yeah, unless like the community has like dubbed them with a name like Catman in the background of Andor.
Yeah.
The guy like hopping
Catman.
around. You've seen that one. But like that guy doesn't anyway. But I think that you're the only Goggles McGee fan out there, Matt.
That's impossible. Somebody else has got to be a Goggles McGee fan. 100%. But no, Freck. Freck was the best. Loved Freck. Love the reveal. I think that reveal is so much more powerful now that Andor has come out. Like, oh yeah, hop on. Oh, you know, the
Yeah.
Empire is pretty great. You know, I'm here. I am in my little truck
Love the
driving
Empire.
around. Oh, long live the Empire. And Obi-Wan's
Imagine
just
that
like,
guy in Andor.
"Ugh." Yeah, dude, exactly. Like it's such a juxtaposition. I love thinking about those two in tandem with each other because they're only about 5 years apart. I mean, yeah. So Freck, 100%. I love his little mole.
Actual
face.
mole man minor.
Literally, actual mole man minor. Yeah.
Can a droid be a Glup Shido?
Yeah.
Not by Matt standards.
Look, we
Look,
made
I
a
think
guy.
it
We
can
made
be.
a random guy in the background in Glup Shido. Go ahead.
Anything can be in Glup Shido if you believe in your little guy that much,
That's what
okay?
if you
Yep.
believe.
Mhm.
AJ, do you want to go or do you want to see mine?
No, you go.
My Glup Shido of the year are Dewey and Freedy from Andor.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
to-
Greedy.
Freedy.
Greedy.
No more squigglies. I love those two. Poor Melshi and Cassian are just trying to escape, and then these guys are just like, and then they throw the nets at them, and then they're like, all right, where you want to go?
Not
Just
just the nets, the gooey,
Yeah, the
slimy,
gooey-
wet nets.
Yeah,
Wet
it's like
net,
a rubber, not rubber, a like a sticky hand type quality. Just
It was, yeah.
Yeah, like something you'd get in like one of those Harry Potter action figure sets. The slime.
I guess.
But yeah, imagine Cassian and Melshi on that quad jumper with the two of them going to Niamos. I think
Hey,
about that all the
Greedy.
time. Hey,
And-
Freedy.
Like, you know, hyperspace can take a while. Those
Yeah.
people were probably they could have been living together for days.
Who knows?
They played
Ooh.
some sabacc, smoked some cigs, and
Smoked some death sticks.
yeah.
We had some times.
Yeah.
So I didn't know we had standards for Glup Shido. I didn't know they had
It
to
can be
an alien.
anything.
Look,
Whoever your little
I-
guy wants to be.
I was
Go
gonna go from Kenobi, Corey and Aubrey, our friends.
Oh
Yes. Honorable mentions, Corey and Aubrey.
The
And,
other
and,
Goggles McGee, and Aubrey had what, a scarf or something.
Yeah.
so,
Come on down,
there.
Corey and Aubrey. Collect your trophy.
but
double honorable mention, blue hat guy. That other
Yep.
other guy that was in the show.
yeah, blue hat
Yeah,
guy.
whoever that guy is. I don't remember his name.
So yeah, we had one from Andor. We had one from Matt. What was yours?
Freck from Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Kenobi. So we
The
had
show
two
that
from
we all
Kenobi there.
remembered.
2 Glup Shidos from Kenobi. Very nice. Very nice.
Mhm.
Can we do one more? One more. The chef from Book of Boba Fett.
Ooh.
Oh,
he had all
General
the
Grievous?
knives. Yes.
That's a great one.
Yes.
Or our boy, the train engineer, again.
Yeah.
It's just-
Train engineer. I guess the two
Oh.
Gamorreans that I fell in love with.
Oh, the love story.
Mm,
You should
Oh
write
my
up that love
God.
story. We'll post it
Tragic.
somewhere.
unbelievably tragic.
So next on our Maraudys list is costume design. I also feel like this might be unanimous.
It is. Yeah. probably.
Unanimous.
I don't think it will be. But
Anonymous.
and did you want a specific outfit,
anonymous.
or did you want like?
No, just but the show
just
that
gave it
had
to
the
the
best
show.
costumes.
Oh.
But you can get specific. if
You
you
can
want.
get specific as you want. Yeah, you use an
Okay.
example for why
I
you
will
picked
go
Andor.
first.
Okay.
Andor.
Andor. And why it was Andor.
And why it was Andor, exactly. I also picked Andor because Goggles McGee.
Yeah.
Just all of
Um,
it. Like
everything.
Ferrex, the colors on Ferrex, they were very like resistant-y. That makes sense. Like
It was, very like early rebellion and like the warm colors and like everything was like rooted in like the deep like warm colors.
Yeah,
which was,
dare I say, brick colored.
Hey, brick.
Which is orange, which is
Stone and Sky. Stone and Sky. But yeah, my like individual selection was actually my favorite. Sorry, my favorite costume in Andor was Cleo's red coat that she wears when she goes to meet Vel, and there's like the full minute sequence of her just walking.
Why is that the best scene in the show?
I don't know, but it's really
you
good.
and me both picked a costume from that scene.
It's 1 minute of her just walking,
like just walking through Coruscant, just casually. Yeah. Like this is how people in Coruscant dress. Shout out to the news anchor costume, also top notch, notch. And it's all the civilian costumes they made for the show that really did it for me. You know, all bathing suit, alien guy in the background, also classic Glupshido. Also, we forgot another Glupshido.
Hey, Dr. Quadpaw.
Yeah,
Dr. Quadpaw. This year was good for Glups. Good for Glups.
A lot of doctors.
A lot of shitos.
Dr. Glup. A lot of shitos. Dr. Shido.
Dr. Shido.
It's Dr. Shido to you.
Oh man. But yeah, Andor costuming top tier this year. Shout out to the costume designer Michael Wilkinson and his entire team because they did an incredible job on all the Star Wars costumes.
Grab your trophy.
Yep, come on up.
Come on down. Take a bow.
Come on down.
So, our next category is favorite animated episode or short.
Right, because there was just the Grogu short and then Tales of the Jedi this year.
Yeah,
I was dumb coming up with this list, and I was like, well, I wasn't dumb. The list is good, but I was like, oh wait, was Visions this year or last year? I can't remember.
Last year.
It was last year. Newsflash, it was last year.
Newsflash was
you heard it here
September
first.
Of last year. That's over a year ago.
Yeah,
I know. That's hilarious. I can't remember when shows are. When I don't know. All right, Matt, favorite animated episode. What do you got?
I don't remember the name of it, but I put down Dooku and Qui-Gon because that was the best. I know everybody's freaking out about the one where they go to Raxus Secunda and the one where he kills Yaddle. It might be your picks or whatever, but how the hell are we not picking the one with Dooku and Qui-Gon as Master and Apprentice? Come on. Qui-Gon's one of my favorite all-time Jedi, top 3. And
we got to see him as we got to see him
as like a fresh face without the breather that he would later acquire for one.
You know that figure is also pretty bare-chested. I never noticed it before.
Yeah, let me see that again, please.
Look at that. He's got quite the deep V there also. Yeah, so maybe it's always been a thing. Qui-Gon has like the deep V going on.
Yeah. No Padawan braid. Didn't wear Padawan braid when he was a Padawan.
He's over that.
Oh, and there's the trophy.
There's the trophy.
There's Qui-Gon.
Bare ass
a Qui-Gon Oscar. That'd be good. So
that'd be really
I went with the one Matt mocked, the Dooku and Yaddle one, because I just thought that was amazing.
Too.
Yeah. I figured
it blew my mind. Blew my socks off, as we've said 3 times already, at least. Seeing the episode open and Dooku was literally deleting the archives. Like, that was awesome. And I'm a big sucker for seeing stuff going on while something else we know is going on. Like Siege of Mandalore did that.
I was just about to say. Yeah, exactly.
During episode 1. So like that did it.
Now we need something going on during episode 2. We need a Dex adventure while episode 2 is happening.
Wow.
From Dave Filoni. Dave, if you're listening, and I know you are.
What does he do after he sends Obi-Wan off to Camino?
Scratches his ass. it's just 15 minutes of Dex scratching his ass.
Now, did I mean Camino or my Kino?
Cloners.
By the way, good. I just held it up, but Star Wars High Republic Adventures.
Oh yeah,
you get to see Dex's Diner on Dex's Diner. You get to see
you get to see Dex
at Maz's Jeez, at Maz's Castle.
You get to see Dex's Diner on Maz's Castle.
Yes, exactly.
That's what everyone wanted. It's great.
Yeah,
that is.
See young Dex blew my socks off.
Dude, young Dex. I'm seeing young Qui-Gon is blowing my socks off. You're seeing young Dex blowing your socks off.
Young Qui-Gon and young Dex.
Our socks are like that works. In orbit. It's just gone.
But yes, I also agree. Best animated episode short. I agree that it was Tales of the Jedi: The Sith Lord. So that entire sequence of Dooku with his inner conflict and seeing Yaddle and hearing her speak normally, and that Yoda just definitely has something wrong in his head. That was great.
Funky little freak.
And the last like conversation that like Dooku has with Qui-Gon, right? Like they have like a quick little moment at the elevators and then they part, and that's like during Phantom Menace, and it's like, oh gosh.
And then
Plus,
again, after Phantom Menace.
Again, like I love like AJ like mentioning the archive in the beginning, because I am obsessed with the whole how the hell the security system within the Jedi archive works.
Terribly.
Pretty much any master can go in there and just delete whatever the hell they want because
he
they
wasn't
think
even
it's
a
fake.
master.
No, he was a master, but he was a respected
friend of the show,
respected member of the community still. So it was someone who wasn't even a practicing member of this. Anyway, I got a lot of questions about that, but I was very glad. Very glad we saw like that happening.
Yeah, Tales of the Jedi was
Tales of the Jedi.
It was a fun day.
Absolutely love Tales of the Jedi's Dooku model because it isn't like stretch face Frico that they did in the Clone Wars. They actually like made him look normal,
like a person.
But like they couldn't go. It was a tough decision. You either make young Dooku look like a freak to keep continuity, or you just redesign his whole model and just say, "Look, we got a little weird with Clone Wars. Just ignore it."
That's
exactly then in 10 years,
and just in 10 years, he's just gonna go through like one of those like steamrollers. It's just gonna flatten his face.
He went on the night bus a few times.
There you go.
Mind your head. All right.
So up next, we're into live action. Favorite episode of live action Star Wars television. I don't think we'll have the same answer for this, but a couple of us might. Who wants to go first? Jamie, you go first.
I go first? Okay, hang on. I do have an honorable mention, but I'm going to say my actual episode first. My favorite episode from live action this year, One Way Out, Andor.
Hey, there it is.
The culmination of the whole Narkina 5 prisoner arc, which was possibly like one of my favorite like things in Star Wars ever. And they were just in prison. But yeah, One Way Out was like so iconic to me, and the whole reveal in earlier episodes that Andy Serkis is like this like shift manager in this prison, and then just everything, just I can't swim, we'll find each other, oh my god, just like everything, just so good. Yeah, that's it. That was my favorite episode.
I also had One Way Out written down, but what was the episode before One Way Out?
They're not listening.
No Way Out.
Nobody's listening.
No one's listening. That one might be it for me, because my favorite scene of live action was just the stupid scene of them on the bridge, like freaking out, finding out they were effed.
Yeah, that something happened.
That they were screwed.
Yeah.
And I also wrote Rick's Road, but I'll go with No One's Listening. Yeah.
Okay.
Good stuff. Can anybody guess what mine is?
No.
I will.
Oh, it's the
It's the Mando Luke episode from Book of Boba Fett.
From the desert comes a stranger.
Hey. And I think if we had to choose best title,
Luke's temple is in that episode.
Yep, it's a hell of an episode.
It's the best episode of live action this year.
I was literally just gonna say my honorable mention was From the Desert Comes a Stranger because of Cobb Vanth, and then I forgot that was
because
Mando.
Because a showdown between Cad Bane and Cobb Vanth, and the entire episode is Mando in his N1 starfighter flying to Luke's temple where they train Grogu. Oh.
In Book of Boba Fett.
My socks are on the moon. It's
there they go.
I can't even tell you. From the Desert Comes a Stranger immediately was the one I thought of.
That
You're
not wrong.
Really is, I think, in the running from my, like I always say that nothing will ever beat the Marshal, but From the Desert Comes a Stranger might beat the Marshal. They're like very.
But you know
close,
what?
Only Cobb Vanth can beat Cobb Vanth.
That's true.
The Marshal beats it because Cobb Vanth doesn't get shot in that one.
That's true. That's true.
He gets like thrown up on, but not shot.
No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Hey.
No, that's a great one. And just if we had to come up with the best title of the year, I think that would be it. Yeah. Like I've always been saying, like that belongs on a T-shirt. I'm sure someone's made it, but
no, From the Desert it's like a payoff. You know, the title pops up and you're like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
And then we get the showdown.
And just seeing Cobb Vanth, like, Cobb Vanth. Well, seeing Cobb Vanth's awesome, but seeing Cad Bane like on the hazy horizon, it's like, oh.
Parked his speeder like 20 miles away just so he could dramatically walk into town.
Oh yeah.
Mow down that stupid jerk.
Deputy Scott.
The deputy.
Oh yeah.
Good times. Great episode. Cannot get enough of Luke's Temple. Can be more Luke's Temple. Dave. You can only get this trophy if you promise me to get more Luke's Temple.
So, and give me Ben Solo.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely.
So, our next category is favorite new character. Which this should be interesting. So, I went with Luthen Rail, because he was just amazing. Like, he was barely in Andor, but he made such an impact. Like, I would love to see how much screen time he actually had. It was probably like 15 minutes, right? 20 minutes. Couldn't have been that much, but
it definitely not 20 minutes.
No,
more than you thought, but like
I'm gonna say 12 minutes. 13 minutes.
I bet, you know what? I bet I could Google this.
If you can find out, that would be great. If you could do that, that'd be just fantastic. But Luthen was awesome, and it's such a shame he most likely dies and doesn't get to see the rebellion, because he's hardcore. Like, I don't know. Just to see
it broken down in each episode, I'm not going to be able to count.
Oh, that's too much. That's too
much.
Can't do
the
math.
return of Marauder math.
So
no way.
To see the different rebel leaders, Seesaw, there we
go.
Simon,
and
see Luthen.
Oh, wait a minute.
So, to see those three rebel leaders like not know what the hell they're doing, but also working together in a way, like Luthen's just the best. Like,
Luthen's just like, throw this guy to the wolves. I don't care about him.
Not to mention just like the way he talks is amazing. But
Ender.
We made fun of that, but then he has the best monologue ever with like,
I share my dreams with ghosts.
Share my dream with ghosts. Whatever.
Wake up when the sun sets. I'm never gonna
I give everything. Okay, Mr. Krabs. But I went Luthen. Luthen's amazing. I want to see more of him in season 2, a lot more. And yeah, he'll probably die.
Yep. Oh, he definitely will.
So,
or he retires to Niamos.
Yeah, I think that with Freedy and whatever.
Freedy and Dewey.
Dewey, yeah. So, Jamie, what do you have in the envelope?
I
didn't even know we had envelopes.
I know. I feel inferior.
My favorite new character was Bix Kayleen.
Bix is awesome.
She was remarkably unexpected. Because like obviously they were going to have to put in Andor some sort of love interest, but Bix was so much more than that. And she made it to the end of the season as well, and she's obviously gonna have like a lot of trouble next season, but like she's just so strong, and she is just like so well done as a character too, well written as a character. And Adria, the actress, she performed it so well, so many different versions of what she needed, and it was just so good. So Bix was my new favorite character this year.
Hell yeah, that's good. Bix was great. Like, and to see her from like doing her communication things in the first few episodes, and then like to see her at the end of the season all beat up, but like still with
she's
hope.
Still fighting.
Still fighting
at the end of the
day.
So
broken down. It's great acting job, obviously, by the actress there. And
that's everything what the rebellion is you start small doing the thing. Is anyone listening? We're not sure, but then the person still shows up and they're like, okay, that person held up their end of the deal, but then you're still fighting. Everything comes collapsing in on her. Everyone dies, she thinks, and then she's still fighting.
Yeah.
That's
with
what the
Cassian,
rebellion is.
A bit of a push from Cassian, but yeah.
And she has to listen to
and Marva
baby alien screams.
Yep. Yeah.
I take it back. Not a push from Cassian, a push from Marva.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
So
and shout out to Marva. I'm gonna give a couple of honorable mentions because this was tough. So honorable mention to Marva because she was a great new character. Absolutely. Vel, awesome new character.
Yeah,
loved her. It was really hard, but I went with Karis Nemec. My favorite.
I was like, who?
Can you say it again?
I forgot what his first name was. That's why I'm like.
Nemec.
I know. I didn't know his first name, so
was so good. Yeah, so Nemec, he's the best. He writes the manifesto. He compares this little like Polaroid camera thing. I forget what it's called. It was like a tracker, right?
Yeah, it was a map.
Like, ooh, look at a map. Yeah, look at this little thing and look at this little thing. I love these little
picture
things.
of him just holding it.
He's like, oh, hey, Cassian, you want some milk? Here you go. Oh, I'm sorry, not Cassian. What was his name?
The asshole. I don't remember.
No, what was Cassian?
Clem.
Oh,
Clem.
Here, Clem. Have some milk. Here, Clem. Have some revolutionary literature. Here. Literally. Oh my God. Nemec's manifesto is so important. Like Cassian listens to it, like it inspires him, and it probably inspires like a lot of other people in the rebellion. And I can imagine like all those people with Andor in Rogue One when they like team up with Jin. And now I'm just thinking of Jin's awful speech. They're sitting there like, this isn't Nemec. This isn't Karis Nemec.
We'll find a way to find them.
Jin gives her speech, and then Cassian's just like, actually, and then he just like reaches into the bag and just like plays the
make 10 men feel like 100.
Yeah, I love that.
No, but really, Nemec, awesome dude. R.I.P.
Nemec definitely wrote.
Soon.
He definitely wrote "Make 10 men feel like 100."
That would.
Those are Cassian's
would
words.
not put it past him. Yeah, right.
Nemec, Quad Paw, you let us
Quad
down.
Paw, you
terrible
fraud.
Doctor.
I mean, like,
butcher.
It's kind of really hard to come back from getting like your legs and probably all your lower internal organs squashed.
I'm sorry.
Everyone
they can slice Finn up the back with a lightsaber, like up his spine, and he can. All he has to do is wear like a puffy bag of water for like a little while.
For half a day.
Do that with Nemec. Bring him back.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
If they can cut Darth Maul in half.
Well, that's the Force gets involved there. The Force.
You know what? Let's just go on. Let's move on to the next one.
Stop.
Woo.
So next up is favorite side character from a show. Matt, what did you have?
B2 Emo.
Hey, great choice.
My guy. I fell in love with him so hard. First of all, I got his figure way before I even knew who the hell he was. Fell in love with him immediately because I just loved that design. Didn't expect for him to have nearly the role he had. Oh no.
I am okay.
I didn't expect
for him to talk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my god, when he's rolling down the street and then all of a sudden he's like Cassian, and I'm like, it was literally Dio all over again. Same kind of thing. I was like, oh my god, all these droids that I don't expect to talk actually like say stuff.
But better though, because we didn't expect anything from him. Dio, we thought he was gonna beep.
We literally had heard sounds from him before, and they just like did not tell us he talked.
Yeah, that's a different story. But B2, yes, my boy.
B2 was such a good character. Marva, after Marva dies, B2 like hanging around the house, not wanting to leave, telling people that he wants to see Marva. That's heartbreaking. That's like so powerful. Like I can't even describe the feelings this little droid made me feel in this show. So yeah, best side character goes to B2 Emo.
Why is like even before Marva passed away, it always just seemed like he's so sad anyways.
It's because he had a stutter and he was all beat up and
he's old and he knows it. He loses charge quickly.
Yeah, it's just the way he talks, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Cassian.
He always sounds sad.
Yeah, exactly. He's always struggling.
Why can't he
nervous
sound
little droid.
He's a nervous little droid.
There's a lot going on.
I connect to him. I relate to him. Cassian.
Jamie, who did you have?
Do you want the one that what do you think it is?
Kino Loy.
Yeah. Best side character Kino Loy, because for the singular reason I was not expecting Andy Serkis to just show up in Andor.
Andy Serkis, come on down.
Come on down. Friend of the show, Andy Serkis.
He absolutely rocked it as well. Like I love getting to see Andy Serkis actually, as like Andy Serkis, not in some sort of like motion capture type situation.
Yeah.
Like fantastic.
We don't get to see that too often either.
Everything about Kino was like perfect as well. He had a full arc as well, beginning, middle, and end. And
he had an arc on the way down too.
Oh,
yeah. The wall.
Honorable mention, Cobb Vanth and Book of Boba Fett.
Fair enough.
Because he didn't have any reason to be in the show, but there he was immediately, and I knew it was him just by seeing his ass. And iconic moments in time. I don't want to see that again. Anyway, he's
gonna get a cool robot arm.
Yes, he better.
He'll get something.
I don't want to make that though. Oh no. Anyway.
So my favorite side character, I wrote Luthen, but I already chose him for my.
Is he a side character? I guess he is.
I don't think he is a side character. He's kind of like a
main character.
He's almost a main character.
I'd say he's a main character.
So as you're saying, he didn't get enough screen time, but okay.
Well, Kylo Ren only gets 15 minutes in the last.
But he's a main character, definitely not a side character.
That is true.
So I went with Vel.
Yep.
Yes.
Matt mentioned Vel earlier, but Vel was so good, and she had a great arc
I'm glad
too.
She gets an award.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's a great character.
She had like
it was cool
multiple
to see her
arcs.
from Aldani kind of being a bit ruthless there to easing up a bit and being more like her cousin Mon Mothma, which that was a cool reveal to see.
That was a cool reveal.
She's kind of comes from money, as far as we know. We still think she might be Luthen's daughter or relative.
I've dropped
nope,
that idea.
I haven't.
All right, we're hanging on to that. We're syncing with that.
I'm sticking with it.
All right.
I was on it, then off it, then on, and I haven't got back off. So,
all right, I'll stay on it with you.
Vel
Let me just say, never seen a character that can transform so hard with just a simple change of hair.
Oh yeah,
Very true.
she just really needed to wash and blow dry her hair. That was it.
And then all of a sudden, it was like, "Who the hell is this?" And it took me like a good 5 or 10 seconds to be like, "Oh shit, that's Vel."
Yeah.
Yeah. Great though. Awesome.
It's another reason why that 1 minute of Cleo walking around is so good, because then it culminates in that, and it's like, who is this?
Even when you see her, when you see Cleo, it's like
it's also a different hairstyle.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that brings us to favorite main character.
The main character.
So I guess I'll go first with this one. I went with Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Same.
See, I didn't. The show was fine. I know we haven't mentioned it a lot on this episode. It's not like we disliked it.
No,
it's just that we loved Andor so much. And we've talked about Andor a ton here. Like every award has almost been to Andor.
I know.
The Andor sweep almost, but
almost.
Obi-Wan. When I think of all the main characters, well, let's look at them. Cassian.
Yep.
Obi-Wan.
Yep.
Boba Fett.
Yep.
Cassian was good, but he wasn't like, as much as I love Diego Luna and I love Cassian, like he wasn't the reason that show was so great. It was literally all the characters around him, I thought, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, I love Tamara, but he was kind of just like a bumbling bozo in the show.
A bit of a dope in the show. A little bit.
Which I think most people can agree upon. I love it. I thought it was great. I loved the show. But Obi-Wan was awesome in his show.
He was.
Ewan nailed it. Just being like the afraid hermit on Tatooine, then seeing Vader, and then kind of confronting Vader at the end. Like Obi-Wan, and I already love Obi-Wan anyways, so like that was an easy choice.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is one of my favorite Jedi of all time.
Yeah,
he was my favorite Star Wars character when I was a kid for the longest time. Whenever I thought of Star Wars, the first character I would think of was Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then later on, it evolved into Luke Skywalker. But Obi-Wan was my first favorite Star Wars character.
These boys were reunited at the end of Kenobi.
Oh my god, how could we forget?
How amazing was that scene? It's just such a good scene.
Good. One of the scenes of the year.
That's when I cried.
Honestly, I teared up. When Obi-Wan's talking to Leia, I actually teared up. That never happens to me. Star Wars really never makes me cry. I don't know why. But that
one got
scene
me too.
Made me cry. Made me
the
tear
Leia
up at the very least.
Qui-Gon,
yeah. I'm gonna go with Obi-Wan as well. Loved his arc in the show. Thought it was necessary. Thought it was an important arc for Obi-Wan to go through to get from where he was in Episode 3 to Episode 4. And I thought Ewan McGregor knocked it out of the park. You know.
Oh yeah.
I thought he absolutely crushed it.
Always.
Yep. There were plenty of nice close-up shots of his face in shaky cam for everybody to enjoy.
And with those binoculars.
with the binoculars. Yeah, no, he was just great. Him and Leia's rapport, chemistry, whatever. Perfect.
Very fun. Very good.
Really good.
Very fast. Very dangerous. So, Jamie, Matt and I both had Obi-Wan. Who did you have?
I actually picked Cassian.
Okay.
As a favorite main character. Cassian. Well, yeah. I mean, like, I think it's because in Andor we had like an opportunity to see a totally different version of Cassian, and it was something that we weren't going to expect. Like with Obi-Wan, we knew what to expect. We know Obi-Wan like really, really well, and this was just going to be a new situation he was in. For Cassian, we still didn't really know that much about him, and I think that's why it was like my favorite main character. Boba wasn't even considered for me for favorite main character, unfortunately. But yeah, Cassian was my Cassian.
You actually did it.
Sorry, I do have a little stutter sometimes. Cassian was my favorite main character. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, Cassian was insane.
He was great in it. It was just, it was choosing between like two legends there.
Yeah. I had to go with Obi-Wan because I'm a sucker for people with lightsabers. That's my thing. If you're a main character and you got a lightsaber, automatically my favorite. And it's just because I'm a sucker. I love Jedi.
It's amazing
That's my
what
thing.
like I loved Andor a ton. Jamie loves Andor, but this is what happens. Like we'll both love something, but Jamie does the thing that you sort of do, Matt, with like the hyperfixating thing. So it's like Jamie's like now like the biggest Andor mega fan there is. It's kind of like the Bad Batch.
That's not true.
It's outgrown her Bad Batch almost. No, but
I don't think
it's
so.
funny because Rogue
there's
One.
not enough,
Is there an
there's
award
not-
for that?
Hey, guess what? There's not enough merch out there for Andor for that to compete yet.
That's
so.
friggin' true.
But if there
So-
was,
But if
you're
there
making
was-
your own
3
merch, you know?
figures.
So what I'm getting to is like Jamie and I didn't love Rogue One, as you know, Matt, and as most people have heard, but like it's so funny that we love Andor so much, but it doesn't have anything to do with Rogue One. Like it's just this show was so good, and I don't know, but it's cool to see Jamie come full circle and choose Cassian as like
I
favorite
always loved
character here.
Cassian.
Yeah,
I
Cassian
just-
was we always loved Cassian.
My Rogue One thing was I never connected with Jin's story, and so because of that, I always couldn't get
Right.
into Rogue
Still
One
don't.
because of that. And yeah, unfortunately, I still can't. But like, I love Cassian, and like
We
that's
found a way to,
this show
like-
has just like
We found a way to
Yeah.
find a way. Like
Find
Yeah,
a way.
yeah,
find a way.
exactly.
Oh my God.
So there's our awards for best main character. Now we're gonna get into the actors themselves. So best actress, I guess Matt, you go first. I went first last one.
So I picked Lyra Blair,
yay, little Leia.
Little Leia.
Yeah.
She
Good choice.
knocked it out of the park. I absolutely fell in love with Little Leia from the moment she was on screen, and every second
Looking at the
afterwards,
ships.
she was just such. She played Leia so well. Like she really child actors. They're tough. And, it's tough when you're not alive for 15, 20 plus years, and you don't have an experience to really draw from and stuff like that. It can be tough, and I get that.
Yeah.
But she really, really nailed it. I can just picture her sitting in front of the TV for hours watching the original trilogy on repeat, just just nailing down each and every little Carrie thing, just to and Little Leia was just totally Leia. You can look at her and you just know that's Leia. That's who Leia is going to grow up to be. She's already her at that age. I just absolutely loved that portrayal. I loved her on Alderaan, and I loved her when she was giving Obi-Wan crap, and then of course the scene that he talks to her. All of that. Lyra deserves this award. I wish I could give her a real award because she deserves recognition for her role.
If we ever see her at a convention, we'll print one of these out.
And
We'll get a
like-
real one made.
She'll be like, "Thanks?" Question mark.
Really. I was like, wait, you didn't watch our show? Oh, I'm taking that back.
So Jamie, you can go next.
Best actress. This is my lone Kenobi award, actually. Moses Ingram for Reva.
Hey.
She was incredible. From the
was.
very first trailer for Kenobi, in which we saw that we were going to get Inquisitors, and then we saw that Moses was going to, when she was casted, I was immediately just like, yes, I can't wait to see this, because at the time she was really just known for Queen's Gambit. And I loved her in that. And then seeing her get to be
that
an
was
action,
her.
yeah.
I never knew that, and I love Queen's Gambit.
Mhm.
That's good. Wow.
Seeing her get to be in this role, in an action role, and one that was a lot deeper, in which a story which is kind of predictable, but she still rocked it.
Yeah.
And I loved Reva every single moment she was on screen. And
I did
honestly,
too.
I hope we get to see her again somehow. I don't know how.
They set it up
um,
for it. I hope
but
we do.
They did set
Yeah.
up for it. She doesn't die.
Yeah.
And I think Reva was a really cool character. I actually thought it was an incredibly clever idea. You say predictable, but I actually did not predict that Reva was going to be somebody who was trying to get revenge on Darth Vader. I thought that was such a cool concept for an
That was
Inquisitor
really
to
cool.
become an Inquisitor just to get close enough to Darth Vader to take a swing at him.
Trying to play the long game.
Yeah,
You
and I
know,
thought-
that's what it
going.
is.
And of course, it's that age-old Star Wars thing where it's if you try to get revenge, if you touch the dark side, forever will it dominate your destiny. And her realization that she is the one who's going around now killing kids, the very thing that she's trying to get revenge on Anakin for doing. I thought that was really powerful. I really liked Reva's character. I want to see more of her.
Yeah. She was my favorite part of Kenobi, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I had her on my list. I had like a 3-way tie. And is that I always have like a 3-way tie for something, but I'll just list them off in order, I guess. I had Denise Go, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
Who plays Deidre from Andor.
Very good.
And I had Genevieve O'Reilly, and I had Moses Ingram. So
that was,
you guys can choose whoever wins out of those three. I don't know.
I'm
They were
gonna
all
pick
amazing.
Genevieve O'Reilly. I think you picked Genevieve O'Reilly. She deserves that. Oh my God.
Especially towards the end, she kept like
character because
with her family stuff, and
yeah, she just absolutely knocked it out of the park. Especially like in those party scenes.
Oh yeah.
Talk about playing the long game.
Well,
she thinks she's playing the long game, but she's also like, oh, am I set up to play the long game?
Talk about me melting in front of the TV every time she's on screen. My God. Just awesome.
And then Denise Go as I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I feel awful if I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Goff. I feel like
Denise Goff. We'll go with Goff.
Like
Goff
Europeans call him Vincent Van Gogh instead of Vincent Van Gogh.
Really?
I don't know which one's right
I'm just
or which
a silly
one's
American, so I don't want to pronounce
I'm
things.
sure.
Well, we're saying Go. Since we say Vincent Van Gogh, we'll call her Denise Go until we get corrected.
So,
and we sent we gave the award to the wrong person.
Dedra, Reva, however you want to. Tomato.
I think it's Dedra and Reva. Either are the official pronunciations.
Star Wars can go anyway. So Dedra, was just such a vital part to Andor, kind of the opposing. She was pretty much the villain of the show, right?
Yeah.
So, just a cool character, left an impact on me for sure.
Yeah,
sort of wanted her to get killed by the mob at the end, but I want to see her back for season 2, so I'm glad she didn't die. So,
to avoid a Cyril Karn and her romance.
Oh, why'd you have to say it?
I wanted her to die. I wanted her to die.
It has to be. To avoid that. To be said. So there's our best actresses, and we're on to best actor. I will kick us off for this one. Andy Serkis.
Whoa.
Ooh, that was a wild card.
Suspenseful.
I don't know if that's a big surprise or not. Like, Jamie, you might have had
into. Not a big surprise at all.
No, I had Diego Luna.
Oh, okay.
I had Diego Luna. Well, I don't know. It's just going in line with like Cassian. Like, it was just so strong, and he obviously developed so much throughout the course of the show. There he goes right now. Yeah, Diego Luna. He just needs all of the awards. So that's what it is. But I agree. Andy Serkis as well. So strong this year.
It's crazy. He was a random side character in 3 episodes, and I was like, all right, he was the best actor. His performance was just amazing, especially that episode, the middle one. No one's listening! ! He was amazing in that episode.
Yeah, when he is experiencing his doubt.
Yeah, so good.
Very good.
Matt, what do you got?
I went with Kyle Solar.
Cyril.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gave it to Cyril.
He
he played like this, just like defeated, broken guy eating cereal with his mom. Played it so well. Just absolutely loved every second he's on screen. I loved like just the intensity, just the absolute just wrathful geekiness. It's hard to describe. Like he's a Redditor incarnate. Like he's just somebody. He's just like one of those just like intense nerds who's like, oh, I fixed up my suit, and these guys need to be punished, and I'm gonna take care of this, and I'm gonna do that, and then I'm angry, and this guy, and he lives with his mom and eats cereal.
He had a certain like Kylo Ren, Adam Driver acting thing to him, just like with the stares. He could act by just like staring and twitching his eye, and like
especially like those long shots of him looking out the window when the sun would like dip behind a building. It looks like so defeated, just so angry at the world. Little cubicle job. Yeah.
Where you're just kind of like, what is he thinking right now? Like, what's he doing? What's his next move? So it's a good choice. 3 good choices.
The entire season, like I would say, like I despise him as a character, but but because of that, he did so well portraying that character.
Cyril's a fun character to dislike. I think he's like one of those just like rogue guys that you're just like, where the hell is this character going? Just I'm along for the ride.
Can't wait for him to step in shit.
Yeah, I want to watch him step in shit. I want to watch him like set things on fire. It's just
his
fun.
Brown suit.
It's a brown suit.
So, best actor. There we go. Once again. That was literally.
Are
Literally,
you sure
that was
a
an accident. I swear that was an
Oh
accident.
my
So,
God.
for you listening, I brought up the image of the Lego Rebel Technician instead of the award.
The real backbone of the rebellion, right there.
Oh man,
Yep.
that was, you guys win this. That's the award.
Yeah, that's the
So
one we're sending the Lego Star Wars for sure.
our next topic is
It's what's
the final
everybody's
one.
here for.
Drum roll. Favorite show. We all chose Andor.
What a shocker, huh? Wow, big upset this year, huh?
Yeah. La La Land.
Oh, why didn't I
Here it
do
is.
that? Why didn't I say Book of Boba Fett?
Book of Boba Fett.
Wait a minute. Oh, we blew it.
We blew it. Oh well.
So, I mean, we don't even have to sit here and explain why we chose Andor. 'Cause
We literally spent
we just did it for an hour.
entire episode talking about how good
I
Andor
know.
was and all the different aspects
the
that made it
past
good.
10
The
weeks.
costume design, production design, aliens, characters.
Could use more aliens.
Could have used more aliens.
Could use more aliens. That's my one criticism. Could use more aliens.
Use a few
Yeah,
more
so-
Ewoks. So that
But
was
yeah.
fun. The fun Maraudys. I don't know if they were predictable or not, but
Hey,
Next year's
not
gonna be
all
tough.
of them.
Next year is going to be
I
tough.
want it to be tough. I want it to be tough. I want it to be, surprising to people what we choose.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, then in order for it to be surprising, we have to not post anything for the next year, and then we just drop the Maraudys episode, and then everyone will be very surprised.
There we go.
There you go. All right.
Just kidding.
If,
We won't take a full year break. That's not what we're doing.
We'll be back for Bad Batch.
If you're
Hell
watching,
yeah.
if you're watching this on YouTube, comment below with your choices. Those are always fun to see. If you can remember our long list of things, categories, name them. But if you want to just say your favorite show or an actor and whatever, name that. So,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We're flexible.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to the HoloNet Marauders podcast and for watching us on YouTube as well. If you've been listening, check it out on YouTube. If you've been watching on YouTube, take it to go with you and listen to it on just anywhere.
On the move. Always on the move.
Always on the move.
You can find us everywhere on social media at HoloNet Marauders. On Twitter, it is just at HoloNet Marauder. Just no S because it would have been too long. Yeah, we have a Patreon if you guys want to see some behind the scenes content, other additional things that we're doing, what we do during the pre-show, which is a lot of just can you hear me? Can you not? It's that kind of thing. But yeah.
But it's good. It's good. Trust me.
Thank you so much for listening and watching to the HoloNet Marauders podcast. I can't find the outro. There it is. Goodbye, everybody.
See you next time.